So welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're taking a look at Trustswap, specifically looking at Swappable, the crypto app, and team finance, plus some tokenomics as well for you. This is to highlight these other arms of Trustswap that are maybe a little less known, but are providing real headway for growth here in the crypto industry. So we're going to talk a little bit about some pivots that have taken place and a more business to business focus, which is going to mean some great revenues for Trustswap. So starting the video off here, we're looking at Trustswap's token specifically, $18 million market cap, very undervalued for what we're going to go through in this video. Starting off with product line number one, so swappable NFTs. So we know that Swappable, their NFT arm, allows them, they've already got their marketplace. They can actually launch new NFT collections, do auctions, put the various collections into metaverses, just a full suite of applications that anyone would want to utilize if they're creating their own NFT collection or want to buy NFTs. So this leads you down the line of where to go next, because we know that the overall NFT ecosystem is very oversaturated, especially the marketplaces. When you see headlines like this, that Coinbase suffering an anti-climax with their NFT marketplace launching, you can see some of the stats down here. They did just 5,400 transactions and over $1 million in sales over their first month. Over the same time period, OpenSea'd 4 million transactions and $4.6 billion worth of sales. So when one of the biggest companies in crypto cannot get a foothold in the marketplace, it's a little bit of a red flag. So I think this is a very shrewd business decision from the team here over at Trustswap with Swappable to take a bit more of a pivot towards a business-to-business focus. Essentially, they've got all the expertise and the tech stack there ready to go to enable others to get involved in the NFT space. And as we know, many brands are going to be entering into Web3. They're going to want their own NFT collections, and the cost of actually starting from scratch here, getting your own team up and ready, it's going to cost hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not more. So Trustswap are coming in with a solution here to become a white label solution for NFT marketplaces and more. So a really, really clever pivot idea here from Trustswap, which will mean they can generate steady income throughout any market conditions. So I really applaud this kind of shrewd business move. So swappable NFTs were also present at Art Basel recently. This kind of all fixes in together. So at Art Basel here, they partnered with Artmeta. This is one of their previous launch pads. Artmeta built out their own unique metaverse, displaying all these cool creative ideas and NFTs, and some physical art pieces have been digitized. One of the really special ones here that Swappable was involved with at Art Basel was putting together this collection with Artmeta to display a Andy Warhol, the silver and blue Marilyn, so a 1967 art piece. And this was actually displayed three ways: physically, digitally, and in their own metaverse. So this, as you can imagine, a very expensive piece, apparently worth $12 million plus, generates a lot of attention from the art world. It's a big spotlight here, so this is a great partnership to be involved with, and I think this can drive business leads in itself and shows the technical prowess of Swappable's team here. On top of this, over at Art Basel, so this was around the start of June, I believe, they have officially partnered with Accenture. This is one of the leading tech consultancy firms. And as part of this partnership with Accenture, they actually released their own display of NFTs, plus did a full auction. So this showed off some of the technical expertise to ensure that people could see, Swappable works very smoothly and on one of the biggest arty stages out there. And with this going very well, this cements the partnership with Accenture. And if you can get in with the leading tech consultancy firms in the world, then your solutions are going to be put forward to their client base. So you can see that the cogs have been turning rather furiously in the background, and this business-to-business approach for this NFT line and everything they can bring with it is going to mean packages are pushed towards various brands entering into Web3. So I think that this is very, very shrewd indeed. Now the next spotlight here is on team finance. So team finance allows you to do a wide variety of things: mint tokens, do team token locks, liquidity locks, token vesting, and they're actually bringing out a brand new service called staking as a service. So the full suite of all the products and services that any brand new project entering into crypto would need. So again, they're becoming almost like a gatekeeper in the crypto ecosystem. If you think about all the projects that are launching all the time, the number of crypto applications and teams coming into the space is literally up. Only from a few years back, maybe we had 1,000 cryptocurrencies, and now we have tens of thousands, and more people are piling into this ecosystem. So you want to have the products and services required for any of these teams to get started in an easy, accessible manner. Team Finance offers these services at a very competitive rate. They are cheaper than the competition, and so by undercutting, it can lead you to becoming the market leader very, very quickly, as we can see from this. So Team Finance has quickly become the industry leader in crypto project security and safety for Web3. Peak TVL was 6.5 billion, of course, massively down from that due to the fact, of course, all tokens have depreciated in valuations. I think the current TVL is around $2.5 to $3 billion, still rather healthy. And this just goes to show that a lot of teams coming into the space are using Team Finance. So staking as a service is coming along with these services that are already live, minting, the locks, the vesting contracts. And so if you are a brand new project entering into the space, you would probably want to utilize Team Finance due to the fact it's just going to make your life a whole lot simpler, as you can do everything in this one place. And you've got some big names in here that are being utilized for their locks, such as the likes of Shiba Inu, the Tribe token, Everdome. You might have heard of some of these, Cult DAO as well. And so this means that this product offering is continually growing no matter the market conditions. So they recently revealed that their revenues for Team Finance are actually up double since the bull market peak. So they are bringing in the cash flow here and ensuring Trustswap has a huge cash position and has many years of runway ahead. SEO ranking wise, if you just look for token locks, for example, here, Trustswap, Team Finance come up. You could Google search liquidity locks, same kind of thing. They're coming up as the top SEO ranked service provider for each of these. So this means that they are going to get that traction. They're going to get the leads. They're going to get utilized. And an additional feature that will be added will be a security score. So if you think of them almost being the gatekeeper for new projects entering into the space, it makes a lot of sense to have a ranking system so that both consumers, i.e. investors, can come and check things to ensure, tokens are locked, they're locked for a long time, there's plenty of liquidity locks, you're not going to get rug pulled. But also if you're a partner project with one of these teams and you want to see a little bit behind the hood to ensure that these are safe, there's going to be the security score coming around Q4, which is just going to ensure an extra level of safety and security in the space. So again, these are good things. These are going to be things that are going to progress the crypto space forward if we can ensure teams are being held accountable to very high standards. So looking forward to that coming around Q4. Then we have the crypto app. So this was a large acquisition made by Trustswap, and since this acquisition has been made, they've been working diligently in the background to get everything as they want it to be. So recently they performed a full reskin of the crypto app. There's some alignment between the branding of Trustswap and the crypto app to try and make things a bit more seamless between the two. And essentially we want users of the crypto app to be holding some swap tokens. Now in the short-term timeline, we're hoping to see a partner being announced for the ability to swap, i.e. buy, sell, trade your cryptos within the app itself. So they're probably going to have one of the big boys on board to deliver this service. And as a result, what they're going to be doing is implementing the swap token to reduce trading fees. So I do think that mobile applications in general and crypto are going to go hand in hand, literally, and more people will want to do their swapping, their trading, etc. through the mobile apps themselves. So if you've already got an app with 4 million plus downloads and they revealed over 500,000 current monthly active users, you have a very big client base there that can get enabled to swap using this app. Rather than going to an external exchange, you can do it all within this one application. Seems like a no-brainer. Swap to reduce trading fees. It's highly likely that some of these individuals will be holders of Swap as they will want to get those discounts. I'm currently using the app. I do use it for tracking, for setting price alerts. It works very smoothly. So you can track prices, you can track your own portfolio, see how you're performing, maybe not so good in the bear market. There's also news applications tapping into some of the best sources like Crypto Potato, for example. And there are plenty of widgets that are fully customizable, so you can have, the display that you would like to see. Alerts specifically, one of the best things that I've utilized on the app. So with a huge user base comes huge potential. If we think about a bull market, the number of new entrants into the market in general is going to mean, a rising tide lifts all ships. But if you have these all-in-one applications with various product offerings, it's pretty much a no-brainer that by adding a bit of utility to the swap token in-app, people are going to want to buy it. So I do think the scarcity of the swap token will be very apparent in the upcoming bull market. Now, just to finish on the crypto app here, we have crypto app sponsored athlete Amanda Nunes. She is fighting for the world title at the end of July. She posts about the crypto app quite regularly. And if you imagine she can reclaim the title here, her socials are going to go through the roof once again. We see this on all the fight nights for UFC fighters. I'm a big fan of the UFC. As soon as they have a fight, you see all of their social stats go up tremendously. Again, this is going to mean more eyes on the crypto app via this athlete. So good luck to Amanda Nunes at the end of July. Now let's dive into the tokenomics. I put this together over on Twitter, a bit of data visualization. So recently the long-term staking pool was launched. I think it's been open just around 2 months here. So the long-term staking pool has seen the majority of lockers opt for 4 years plus on their token lock. So this means they're staking for 4 years or more. This is going to mean that currently over 6% of the total supply has been locked so far, with 2 months launched. And of course, we're in a bear market, so that does not help. In a bull market, everyone piles in. Supply disruption is guaranteed. This is due to the fact if you're locking up 6% of the total supply for 4 years or more, and then we enter a bull market during the next 4-year phase, there's a load of tokens that cannot be sold. There's a load of illiquidity in the market. The scarcity of the swap token will mean the price has to appreciate. So utilizing the stats that Jeff provided over on Twitter, at this time there's around 9.2 million swap entered into the long-term staking pool. Of those 9.2 million, 65%, just over 6 million of the tokens were locked for 4 years plus. And this accounts for more than 6% of the total supply. So this is no small feat. And the total supply of Trustswap tokens, around 100 million, 99 and change really. But this means that over 9% have already been locked in for some form of duration. So we're seeing a slow but steady accumulation into a long-term staking portal. And if we actually go to the balance, it's up over the last few weeks. We're now to 9.434 million swap locked in here. You can see some recent additions, people adding some locks into here. And there's also a lot of people who have not yet migrated from the old staking portal into the new one, and they're missing out on APY as a result. So I think once they start to move over, and if they start to go into the longest term, 4 years plus, the supply disruption is going to be incredible. So just a refresher over what we've just seen here and how it affects tokenomics. So from Swappable revenues, which is going to pivot towards a more business-to-business focus, which makes a lot of sense due to all the new companies wanting to enter into Web3. Well, 20% of all trading fees and I guess revenues will go towards swap token burns, and 80% of those revenues will go towards staking rewards for the long-term staking pool. Team finance, 100% of revenue is used for buybacks, 80% stays with the Trustswap treasury, and 20% to the staking rewards. So you can imagine over time the staking rewards should just increase. And the crypto app, 100% of revenue for buybacks, again 80% into the Trustswap treasury, 20% to those staking rewards. So over time the amount of rewards going into the long-term staking pool should increase. And so even if you do lock in for 4 or 5 years, you're getting a nice healthy APY on those tokens. So if you wanted to sell those tokens, you could do so. But this shows you that these are non-inflationary rewards, so you're not getting diluted by token inflation. This is all coming from revenue. So check out the dashboard here, go over to the long-term staking tab and get some staked, or get a plan in place to ensure that you do have some staked for when we do eventually flip bullish. I think this one has serious rocket fuel behind it. Not financial advice, but I am very bullish on Trustswap's future. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, hit me up down below. Any comments or questions, I'll be sure to help you out. See you in the next one. Goodbye.